Well, Jane got Mr. Ace to sign a paper so she could borrow $100 from a finance company to balance her household budget. Mr. Ace signed because he had to have Jane's signature on a loan he's getting on an insurance policy. She refused to sign unless he did. She won. Now all she needs is 2 co-signers on the note. This episode is in several scenes showing Jane hunting for signers, and then to the Ace's bungalow. But now to Jane, first calling on Marge's boyfriend, Neil Williams. Listen.
Well, look who's here.
Hello, Neil.
Jane, you're a sight for sore eyes. Sit right down, let me have a look at you.
Are you sure you're not busy?
Never too busy for friends, you know that.
Oh, it's so nice to hear you say that, Neil. We are friends, aren't we?
The very best of friends, and he who says we're not will have me to answer to.
Oh, Neil.
Well, Jane, what's the good word? I haven't seen you in weeks.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking that when I came up here. I was saying to myself, I haven't seen Neil in weeks, I said.
Well, I've been kind of busy here in the paper, Jane. You know, a reporter's life isn't his own. I have all I can do to see Marge a couple of times a week. Haven't seen her since Sunday. Well, Jane, to what am I indebted for this sudden but delightful visit?
Beg pardon?
What brings you up here? Just a friendly visit?
Oh, yes, because we are friends.
Of course we are. Is this just to pass the time of day? Don't tell me you just dropped in to see an old friend.
Well, yes, and something else, too. Because you are an old friend. You see, I'm going to borrow $100.
You are not.
Oh, yes, I am.
But I haven't got $100. I'm a newspaper man.
No, I'm not going to borrow it from you. I'm going to borrow it from the Friendly Loan and Finance Company.
Oh, the Friendly Loan and... Wait a minute. You're kidding, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I've got the note right here. It's in my bag. I'll show you.
But, Jane, why would you be borrowing $100 from the...
Here it is. See? All I have to do is to get 2 people to sign it. Marge said she'd sign it if I got somebody else first. Well, the first person I thought of was you.
Oh, you want me to sign this note?
Yes, I thought it would be cute as long as Marge is going to sign it if you would sign it, because you and Marge go together all the time. It would be kind of cute to have both your names on it.
Oh, it'd be cute to have both names.
Won't she be surprised when I bring her the note to sign and she sees your name on it?
But, Jane, you see, I'm afraid
what is it, Neil?
I'm afraid I can't sign it for you.
You can't?
Oh, it's not that I wouldn't, but, well, I just can't, that's all.
Why? After all, we're friends, and you know...
I know we are, Jane. I'd do it in a minute, but the paper won't let me. I've gone on notes for several people at several loan companies. I keep getting into trouble, so they said that
no trouble. All you have to do is sign it.
I know, but I promised I wouldn't sign any more notes, and I can't, that's all. The boss just won't stand for it. He says it gets me involved, and I've got to have my hands clean.
Well, you can sign it with a pencil if that's what you're worrying about.
No, Jane, you don't understand. I mean, the newspaper won't allow me to go on any more notes. I've been stuck on 2 notes.
You like them, you mean?
Like them?
Yes, you said you were stuck on them.
No, I mean, I got stuck on them. 2 friends that didn't pay off. Couldn't pay off, rather, and I had to make them good.
Oh, well, if that's what you're worrying about, well, you know me, Neil. You know I wouldn't do a thing like that.
I know you wouldn't, Jane, and it's the same thing these other 2 people told me. They got the loan in good faith, expected to pay it regularly, and then couldn't. Well, the company got after me, and I had to pay off. Had to go in debt here at the paper to pay off. That's when the boss told me to stop signing things.
But I'm different, Neil. I wouldn't do a thing
I'm sorry, Jane. I hate to disappoint you.
Then you won't sign it?
I'm afraid not. And besides, what do you need with $100? What's the matter with that husband of yours?
Oh, this has nothing to do with him. He knows about it. See, he signed this paper here. There's his name.
Mm-hmm. He knows you're borrowing this, and he lets you? Are things that tough for him? I thought he was doing pretty well.
Oh, this has nothing to do with him. It's my money. I need it to pay some household bills. All you have to do is sign the note, and I'll go see Marge, and she'll sign it.
Sorry, Jane. No can do.
Oh, Neil, yes can too.
I'm sorry. I just can't, Jane. That's all.
But I thought since we're such good friends...
Now, don't make me feel any worse about it than I do, Jane. It's just one of those things.
What thing?
One of those things that can't be helped. I'd do it in a minute if I could.
Well, all right for you. I thought you'd be the last person to turn me down instead of the first.
The first? What have you got there, a list?
Yes, I made a list, but I didn't think I'd have to use it. I've got a lot of people on it. Johnny's next.
Yes, your brother. There's a fella who ought to sign it.
Well, I guess I'll have to go and see him next.
Sure, he'll do it in a minute for you, Jane, just as I would if I could, but my hands are tied.
Well, I hope so.
So long, Jane, and say hello to Ace for me.
Goodbye, Neil.
Well, hello, Jane.
Hello, Johnny.
Well, what brings my beautiful sister here to see me this morning?
Well, Johnny, I got something I want you to do for me.
Such as?
What?
Well, what is it? What's on your mind, sis?
Oh, well, I'll tell you the whole thing. I'm on a budget.
A budget, yes.
And every week I've been coming out with a loss. The first week I lost $13, and the second week I lost $13.
Well, that's a coincidence.
Yes, but this part isn't a coincidence. The first week I didn't have to pay for my loss.
Oh, who made it up, Ace?
Yes, but the second week he wouldn't pay for it.
I see. Wants you to run the house and what he gives you, is that?
Yes, $25 a week.
Well, that sounds reasonable. After all, there's only you two.
And Marge.
Yes, but she pays you something, doesn't she?
Yes, but I still come out with a loss. So I decided to borrow some money.
I see. Well, sis, you got me at a very bad time. I'm not doing anything right now. I've got a couple of things in mind, but I couldn't rake up any money to lend you.
No, you don't have to lend me the money.
Well, what is it?
All you have to do is sign this note.
Note? What kind of a note?
The Friendly Loan and Finance Company.
You kidding me?
No, why does everybody think I'm kidding? I need $100, and if you'll sign this note, I can get it.
But, sis, I just got a loan over there myself a month ago.
You?
Yes, I had to get hold of some ready cash at the time, so... Well, you see, they wouldn't take me as a signer, especially since I'm one of their borrowers, would they, now?
I don't know.
Oh, I know they wouldn't.
Then you won't sign it?
Oh, I'd do it in a minute if I could, sis, but they won't accept me. I can't sign your note.
Well, all right for you.
Oh, now, Jane, you know I'd do it if I could. You can find somebody else, can't you?
Well, I guess I'll have to. I'll just scratch your name off the list.
That's quite a list you've got there. What are those, prospects for note signing?
Yes, Mrs. Taylor is next.
Who's that?
Well, she has a dress shop where I buy my clothes.
Is she that close a friend of yours?
Well, I think so. I've got a lot of other friends, but it has to be somebody in business. So I thought of Mrs. Taylor.
Sure, she'd be just the one, especially if you spent money with her.
Oh, yes, I buy all my dresses from her. She's always very nice to me. I'll go over and see her.
Do that, sis. Sorry I couldn't help you out.
So I thought that I'd come to see you and get you to sign this note for me so I could borrow the $100.
Oh, no, Mrs. Ace, I'm terribly sorry, but I make it a point in business never to sign notes.
But I thought we were so friendly that I could
I
ask
never
you
make
to sign.
friendship with business. I've never gone on a note myself, but I have several friends who have, and it's always turned out for the worst.
But this couldn't. I'm different. You know me. I've been coming here more like a friend than a customer.
And it's because I value your friendship so much, Mrs. Ace, that I couldn't sign your note. Because the minute I do, I just know we'll become bad friends. So I'd rather not.
Well, all right for you.
I just know you'll thank me for this someday, Mrs. Ace.
That's my motto.
Well, all right for you.
I'd do it in a minute, but it's against my principles.
And all you have to do is sign this note, and I can borrow the $100.
Sign a note? Never signed a note in my life that it didn't cost me. Sorry, Mrs. Ace.
Time to stop now.
Well, all right for you.
No, nothing doing.
And if you sign this note...
No, I never sign notes.
Well, all right for you.
Sorry, Mrs. Ace.
Absolutely not.
No, Mrs. Ace. No.
I'll tell you, I don't know where she is, Ace. I've been here for 15 minutes and I'm starved.
Well, is Laura here?
Yes, she's out in the kitchen. She says dinner's ready when we are.
Well, I wonder where Jane went. I'll ask Laura.
If you can get a coherent statement out of her,
Well, I'll try. Oh, Laura.
Yes, sir.
Come here a minute, will you?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where Mrs. Ace is?
She's out, sir.
No.
Oh, yes, sir. She went out early this morning. She said she thought she'd be home early this afternoon, but she hasn't come home yet.
You don't know where she went, though?
Oh, no, sir.
That's a big help. That's all. Thanks, Laura.
Yes, sir. I guess she's having trouble finding somebody to sign the note.
What's that?
Oh, so that's where she is. Hunting a signer for the note, huh?
Oh, well, that'll be all, Laura. We'll wait for Mrs. Ace for dinner.
Yes, sir.
Well, she's out trying to find a signer, is she?
No wonder she's been gone all day. I hope you don't have that much trouble getting your loan.
Oh, mine's practically completed. I ought to get her tomorrow morning.
Now, I hear Jane only wants to borrow $100, and you get $3,500 just like that. It's not fair.
Imagine her going to a loan company, getting mixed up with...
Well, she's having her troubles, it looks like.
Maybe I won't have to sign after all. I told her she'd get somebody else to sign. I'd sign it for her.
Oh, and here she is now, I guess.
Well, she certainly put in a long day.
I wonder what luck she's had. I hope not. Well, stranger.
What a day, what a day.
Oh, tough day, Jane?
I'll never forget this day if I live to be as old as Methuselah. And the things I found out.
Hello, Jane.
Hello, Marge.
What things did you find out? What did you mean?
I've been finding out about who my friends are. And not only my friends, but even my own brother isn't my friend. My own flesh and bone.
Johnny, what did he do?
What didn't he do?
What didn't he do?
He didn't sign my note. That's what he didn't do.
Well, did anybody?
No, they didn't. Friends. Don't make me laugh.
I won't.
Laugh? I thought I'd cry. Friends.
Just friends the name. Is that it, Jane?
That's just not it. They wouldn't sign their names. The people I went to see today, friends. Don't make me laugh. Not one of them would sign my note. Those are the kind of friends I've got.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, Jane.
And my own brother, he's just like all my other friends, all of them. The trouble I had, not one of them would sign it for me. Just imagine, not one. And you can imagine if I had this trouble getting one person to sign a note, what trouble the man who wrote the Declaration of Independence must have had getting all those signers for that.
Yeah, that must have been pretty tough.
Well, we can't blame Jane for being so bitter at that. But she doesn't give up. She finds a new angle, as we learn when next we meet the Easy Aces.